And as they say, the world is your playground, kick hard.
Industry is aware that what I have been doing all these years. Emirates has been very innovative and has kept believing in upgrading products. I would not be a favorite in terms of studies. In fact, I'm a very average student. When you're an average student, what do you do? Normally,
You do a lot.
you do a lot. I went home and spoke to my dad, look, after 12th I want to go into FT, Film Television Institute.
In Pune?
So in Pune, or Shah Rukh Khan.
Really? Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
sitting next to us, and used to most of the time ask for lighter. Favorite hideout without a day miss. We used to be there and having a drink, and those days I used to have Old Monk with the Coke.
When the time of alliances came through, your parents looked for a girl everywhere across, even to Kerala. But she was finally found in a building opposite your school. And I can clearly say you were the rebel of the family.
Oh yes, because being the eldest,
Yes, you were the
I did not
eldest,
get
got married the last.
the last.
You
Yes,
said, let everybody go before me.
exactly.
Travel industry is made of remarkable people, and we are here to introduce you to a remarkable person. We are here with Mr. Sunil Kallyat, the Regional Manager, Western India, Emirates. A man who's given his time and energy to the airlines and to our industry. He's here to say a final goodbye to his career. He needs the most interesting and the best ovation.
Thank you, Rima. It's been a great pleasure, and it's something overwhelming that you thought of doing innovation for me, and I'm really touched by this kind of present me. Once I'm on the process of retiring from Emirates, and it's one of the fantastic feelings that I get, that industry is aware that what I have been doing all these years.
Absolutely, sir.
So it's a fabulous thing to catch up on.
So hi friends, welcome to Reemarkabl Rendezvous. Our guest today is none other than Sunil Kallyat. So why are we standing here? Because at the rear, when you see this, that's Sunil's school. And a lot of association, a lot of memories are with his school here, because I always believe a person's foundation rests with his school. Sunil, that's your school. You were literally here as a child. So Sunil, what were you as a boy? What were you as a kid in class? Were you naughty? Were you funny? Were you teacher's favorite?
Well, actually, I would not be a favorite in terms of studies. In fact, I was a very average student. Those days, like, my whole intensity was into sports. Okay, so I happened to be in this school because I used to live very closely,
Okay.
just walking distance. And those days, like, when I used to study here, that's where the cricket happened, and we used to play a lot of cricket here. The remarkable thing to note about this school is that I represented the school for cricket,
Okay.
both in the Gail Shield and the Harish Shield tournaments.
Wow.
And I was the skipper of this school. So a great recollect of coming here, and now things have changed here. I was a sports enthusiast, and more like when you're a sports enthusiast, you look into some of the colleges where there are a lot of sports, and being active, you want to do, you want to engage with that activity, keep going on to it. And that's why I landed back into very close area where in Warsaw, welfare, they had a very good school soccer team, as well as there it was all of soccer fever.
Okay.
Soccer fever in the sense there used to be like, all the seniors used to play in that ground. They had a local team called Young Challengers, and there was a senior team called Thunderbolt. So these are like, some of the stars who played, went on to play India, went on to play for the state, went on to play some big corporates. Some of them are still in connect and good friends with mine. So those inspirations carried on to me to play some soccer.
Wow.
And those days we didn't have any training as such, no trainings. But then, it's like a passion. What do you do? Get up 5 o'clock in the morning, go to the ground, do that training, and then get into a class and play for the school, and then play for the college. I was in the junior college. They had a tournament. They had a team there. We represented there. So inter-school, inter-college we played. So the activity kept me going. thing, you know.
Now I realize the entire passion to bring the Emirates cricket into our industry.
Absolutely, because when you're sports enthusiastic, you know, good for the youngsters and bring in, you know, and, the connectivity, because it brings, you know, that unites people, unites friendship. You know.
Absolutely. No, it's one of the most talked about events. So, and Sunil, any anecdote or any inspirational message that you got from school or from a teacher that stayed on with you in life?
See, basically, when you're an average student, what do you do? Normally,
You do a lot.
you do a lot. So when I asked, like, what is your passion for going forward, you know?
Yeah.
So I said, I'll be a sports enthusiast, play some good games out here, either cricket or football, whatever. That interested me there only. And then he said, what next, like, basically? Those days, like, you know, didn't have much scope as what we have today, you know.
Medical engineering,
Yeah.
that's it.
So as we got into the sports arena, then later theatre came into picture. So a lot of people, like, you know, I got friendly with. So they were all struggling actors and struggling, you know, so like talking to them, and then that interest developed. So I went home and spoke to my dad, look, after 12th I want to go into FT, Film Television Institute.
In Pune.
So in Pune. So I want to do something in that field, creative field. So my dad just said, listen, better you go and complete your studies, go and study. I have no money for you to do all these things. It's better that you concentrate on your studies and do somewhere work. Food will be provided at home. You have a place to stay. That's it. Make it on your own.
Aww.
Then I realized, like, you know, how do I do? That brought me, I said I need to do some job, part-time job, along with the college. You know? And that's where I joined you know, I came into the aviation industry. I was working with a catering company called Ambassador of Skychef. And there I was exposed as a trainee with Lufthansa in their bonded stores and in their catering unit. And then I was fascinated with all the aircrafts in and out. I was coming and working at the airport. The liveliness over at the airport attracted me, and I forgot everything behind. I said, this is my career, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be at the helms of doing what the aviation industry is all about. I want to study that. That's where I began my career with aviation.
As we move on, Sunil, from your zone in Andheri, you said something very quaint to us, that when the time of alliances came through, your parents looked for a girl everywhere across, even to Kerala, but she was finally found in a building opposite your school. Like, that's the building, I guess, and that's where you found her.
Absolutely. Actually, it's all happened during my brother's wedding.
Okay.
And when I happened to be at the brother's wedding, this family was invited. And my father said, there's an alliance for you.
Okay.
So I want you to, you know, meet the girl and decide on it, because it's getting too late for you. So I never got a thought. I gave a thought about it. Then formally we landed up here. I never realized that somebody could be just opposite my school.
Yeah, such is life, I guess.
Exactly.
And I can clearly say you were the rebel of the family.
Oh yes, because being the eldest,
Yes, you were the
I didn't want to
got married the last.
The last,
You
yes.
said, let everybody go before me.
Exactly. So there was a lot of pressure at home, saying that, you know, what do you want to really do? You know, what do you want to really do? So then I said, look, me, career is the foremost thing.
Important.
And then after that only I will think about anything, you know, of
Any
at
other
personal
distractions?
problems. Absolutely. But eventually what so happened, like my wife distracted me a lot because I had never seen a pretty lady like her.
Oh, how beautiful.
So my father was very keen to know is yes or no. So I said, anyway, then I don't know, something striked. I said, yes, let's go ahead.
The violins played.
The violins
at the
played.
background. So yeah.
The violins played. Yes, that's violins.
That's special. Yes. And I remember you saying that when you did your career, she held the home very strongly.
Oh yes. Actually,
Yeah, because you travel so much.
Yeah. So my career friend, basically required me for a lot of travel also. And when I was moving to Dubai, and I was leading the Emirates holidays team there, and my market was Saudi Arabia, Qatar. So I used to frequently in a week, at least 4-5 days, I used to travel. So it was a challenge for me. Both of us getting out all day, it's not going to be easy. So she said, I'm also not very keen to pursue anything regarding, working. I would like to be a homemaker. And that's where I decided, I said, okay, I am going to struggle, so leave me alone.
Yes.
And you take charge at home.
Yes.
And that's going to be good for both of us.
Yes.
And eventually, my daughter came into our life, and then everything went on.
So, we're shifting the scene a bit. From school, we are coming to his college. And as they say, the world is your playground, kick hard. And this ground, as you see it, was the place where he played serious football. And his team members today, as he said, Sunil, you admired one gentleman you said who was a captain of our team, Mr. Ali.
Shabir Ali used to be training here, and Shabir Ali played for India, and he played for major clubs great footballer here, and he was connected with all the local football players here. And my inspiration was them, there are so many guys who came out from here and played great football.
So Sunil, can you show us the actual ground where you played and you got all your learnings and your skills that were developed here?
Well, actually, as you see, this is the ground. There used to be major soccer happening here, and there was a cricket pitch out here too.
What do you feel? We brought you here after years, because when you came here, I saw you a little emotional. What do you feel? Did you get back to some of your friends in your mind, and did you recollect some beautiful memories?
Oh yes, there's a lot of memories out here, and I can't forget this. Because all my childhood, younger days, I spent here, and I recall of my school tournaments out here as we used to play, and won some good matches out here. So those are some, good memories out here. That's what.
Is it playing in your head? Sunil, something like that?
Oh yes, when we were playing, playing the finals here, and everybody was I was taking the last penalty corner.
Oh, wow.
And they wanted me, if I score, the cup is with us. So I have a picture of that too. So and it happened, and I don't know, I took a blind shot and went into the net, and then the cup was with us.
You're saying blind shot, but it wasn't blind. It was years of hard work there. Amazing. It's
so that's something I recollected here.
It's
and
like
of course,
Chak the India moment.
Yeah, Chak the India moment, you can say.
Yes. So Sunil, after playing football, there's always this concept of a tapri chai, or when friends really meet and discuss the game or the works or whatever of life. That's when life lessons happen, Sunil, on the tapri chai, I truly believe. What was it after playing? What was life after that with friends?
Well, actually, we didn't believe in tapri chai today as what we have. So we used to either go have a beer,
okay,
or have a drink.
Okay.
In the sense, so our favorite hideout was Prem Kalpana.
Okay.
There's at the corner of these, the junction here.
Versova Junction.
Versova Junction, just 7 Bungalows Junction.
Okay.
So every evening we used to land up here 7:15. So I had a set of friends, we used to always be there. And I don't know, that particular, automatically it used to set in. I had to be there, So 7:15 we used to come here, and then we used to sit. And I recall when we used to sit during those days, a lot of film strugglers used to come there,
Oh.
And one of the guys, you'll be surprised, was Shah Rukh Khan.
Really? Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
sitting next to us, and he used to most of the time ask for lighter,
Achha.
So lighter, that time, the friends used to, who's this guy, So we used to tell him that he's into television, just started, those days. So never ever thought that, see, this is something, a life story.
Amazing, yeah.
Never ever you thought that he will be a superstar today. But favorite hideout, without a day miss, we used to be there and having a drink. And those days I used to have Old Monk with the Coke.
Old Monk and Coke,
yeah,
that's a combo.
and that was my favorite. And I used to have 1 or 2 shots there, and it used to feel good.
my last question, because it's the time you're now finally saying your graceful goodbye to the legendary Emirates. You've always smiled into office and you're smiling out. It's a very rare thing, because to express gratitude to your place of work. Sunil, what made you do that? And you're leaving with a lot of smiles.
Yes, absolutely. Basically one has to be positive. That energy you need to build day in and out, because when you're at a primary position where you have to lead the team, it starts from you. The positive energy needs to be built, and of course motivational factor is there. Actually, you need to motivate the team to do it. And my mantra is always like, come happy and go happily at work. And every day you should, when you get up, there should be a feel factor that you should go to work, and do it, And when you leave evening after your work, you should get your satisfaction, today I did something, And that's what my mantra has been, every day, some achievements at work, and then when you feel you have not done anything today, probably correct yourself next day. That's how it is, So that's the mantra is all about.
Yeah, wonderful. The passion to be connected comes together, it creates magic, and this is what we saw today with Mr. Sunil Kallyat and his life. A fabulous journey of growth, of dedication, of knowing his own roadmap, and most importantly, believing in himself. It was a day action-packed. Keep watching for more, because we at Reemarkabl we bring you stories that are meaningful, that are in depth, and stories of sense and not sensationalism.